bays of windows on the left side of the tower and 6 bays of windows on the right side of the tower. So they chopped it off. Now this is one of my favorite buildings because look at it. It's got excellent lighting. It's got great lines. It's in good shape. But the building itself is 105 years old. 1914. This was a grocery warehouse. There's photos of schooners lined up here offloading merchandise. So this building has stood the test of time. Okay, over here to the right, coming up. A short-lived architectural style, fortunately, called brutalism. Look at number 55 over here to the right. Deep inset windows, heavy materials, looks like a fortress, and it is sort of hunkered and bunkered against a tumultuous time in U.S. history in the late 60s. Think of Government Center in downtown Boston. Think of any campus. You know, you probably had a dorm look like that. The next one behind it, the black and gray pixelated building, Leo Burnett. Notice it's got the 2-story belt that sticks out a little bit. Notice that ledge is at the same height as the roof of number 55 next door. So the architect giving a little fist bump to the Danny DeVito angry little building next door to it, which means now that all 5 of those buildings have something to do with each other. Contextualism, hiding in plain sight. They call it the Danny DeVito building, stuck between the 2 supermodels. You look at it and you say, oh yeah, it looks like a Danny DeVito building stuck between 2 supermodels. Over here in front of us to the right, you see the tall, skinny building that's got the gold foil on the top. During the day, more than at night, it looks like a giant champagne bottle, and it was meant to because it was built in 1929 when Chicago was drinking its way through Prohibition. Now, it's real gold foil up there. It's 1/5,000th of an inch thick. There's not actually that much gold up there, but it's on half the thickness of saran wrap, right? Okay, eyes up, cameras up. You get a nice view over here to the right. As we come under the bridge, you see all these different architectural styles on display. Art Deco, black boxes, white boxes, contemporary stuff. Many people have said that Chicago's got a way different feel than East Coast cities. It's a different vibe than New York. I know we got some New Yorkers on board. There are many reasons for that. Here's one of those reasons, and it has to do with our use of space. See these 4 buildings in front of us on the right? These are a bit unique in Chicago because these are the only 4 tall towers on the river that abut each other. That is, they're built right up next to each other. I want you to watch these 4 buildings and pay attention to how they make you feel. Because when you build like this, you're saying there's a scarcity of space. There's not enough. You got to use every inch of it, which means you're competing for each other's attention. Now, imagine yourself in that concrete canyon in New York City, skyscraper after one after another. How does that feel? It's a little claustrophobic and suffocating and loud and busy and overwhelming and intense, aggressive, in your face, competitive. Kind of feel that high East Coast energy. Now compare that to this. Look straight out here. Look at the space around these buildings. These buildings can breathe. You can breathe. See, I think this personal space around the buildings in Chicago makes a huge psychological and a cultural difference. Would you say Chicagoans themselves are a little bit more open, not so intense, not so aggressive, not so competitive? I think that space has a calming effect on us. Architecture matters. Architecture is the use of space. Over to the left, the Chicago Tribune Tower. It's the one with the scaffolding there. It's a French Gothic revival style modeled after a cathedral in Rouen, France. But you're probably looking at the purple building right behind it. This is was the Shriners Men's Athletic Club in 1925. They loved their Middle Eastern themes, and that is a Moorish-style onion dome. It's kind of look as it meant to look. Over to the left is our Apple store. It's about 2 years old. It's a glass box. That glass is structural. It is helping hold up that carbon fiber roof. See how the roof looks like an iPad floating up there? Kind of like a MacBook Air or something? Look up here to the left. You see the peacock on the NBC Tower. The facade of this building was meant to imitate the facade of 30 Rockefeller Plaza in New York City. This is a 1989 redo of a 1920s Art Deco office tower. The style is called Eco Deco, clarifying key features of an old architectural style expressed with new materials. Look at the gap between the buildings on the left. You're going to see a very quick glimpse right to the sharp left of the Hancock Tower. It's the one with the 2 big antennae and a white horizontal light at the top. It's about 5 blocks north of us. The Hancock, though it's the 5th tallest in the city, kind of the iconic building in the skyline, sticks out.